They pour bubbles for. Yeah, put it right and never well. Put it right and never well. Put it right and never well.
Brower Hour, we're back. Episode 5. Can you believe it? We got a red and a white. This is the show where I try them and you buy them. Wow, I'm excited to be here with you today. Great Valentine's Day weekend. I hope everyone was excited and got to hang out with their boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. And also, Mardi Gras was yesterday. Woo! There was no, we didn't have any beads going on over here at Brower Hour. No one knocked on the door, so everyone got the approval for the old banner. And here we go. We got tried. We got wow. Yeah, Claiborne and Churchill, orange Muscat. Orange Muscat is not a widely grown variety in California. Only about 100 acres. You're more familiar with Muscat Canelli, which tends to be the dominant variety. Also, Australia is where this variety is grown. Let's get to trying the producers out of San Luis Obispo, California. If you're not familiar with that, we also call it slow. It's about an hour and a half south of Monterey County, and Monterey County is about an hour south of San Francisco. So then it's about 2.5 hours south of San Francisco. You do the math. We keep it real. We keep it safe, and we definitely keep it sexy here on Brower Hour.
Yeah, yo.
2007 vintage. This is definitely a dessert wine. You can also tell sometimes by the Happy New Year. Alright, you can also tell usually by the style of the bottle, the shape, the small unique size, that it's usually a dessert wine after dinner wine, fortified of that nature. This is not fortified. This probably just has they probably stopped the fermentation naturally or added back some concentrate to this. So, golden color, orange Muscat. Let's get to trying. So, I'm sure you're wondering why I have two different glasses. So, most people kind of wonder whether to taste their sweet wine at the beginning or at the end. It really doesn't matter as long as you start with the sweet wines or end with the sweet wines, but don't get it in the mix. If you start with the whites, don't then move on to the sweets and then move on to the reds. So keep them either at the front of your tasting or the end of your tasting when you're tasting your flight of wines. Wow, very golden color. Yeah, I hate to say it, but you know when you're taking a pee after you ate a lot of vitamins? Here it is, healthy. Definitely has an orange, maybe an orange, you know, the orange Julius that you might get at the mall. You can see all those oranges stacked up there, and you squeeze them, and just suck out all the sugar. Here we go. Let's waft.
Wafting.
Wafting, wafting. Has a very rich nose. You can definitely pick up all the residual sugar. This definitely has high residual sugar. That's why it is an after dinner wine. As far as on the nose, it's real clean. That residual sugar is pushing you on right through. I feel like you kind of get some banana, maybe a little bit of spicy characteristics. It's not as floral as you find in Muscat Canelli. Muscat Canelli is more like honeysuckle type fruits, a little more flowers, a little more aroma. This definitely has like the orange Julius type characteristic, like smoothies or like a Jamba Juice, you know, mango go-go or something like that. So on the nose, definitely get the residual sugar. Definitely a lot of orange. I mean, it is an orange Muscat, so I hate, you know, I wish I could give you a better descriptor, but that's a lot of orange is really pushing on through. A lot of spicy citrus, and wow, it makes you pucker right at the end. A lot of peach pucker. It's like I always try to relate things to alcoholic beverages. When you add a little bit of pucker into whatever drink you're making, it's really giving you that puckery characteristic. It's nice. It's a good after dinner wine. I like the residual sugar. It's not too high. I'm sure probably on the package. I probably wouldn't say it on the package. I don't know what I'm saying. But the alcohol is 13.4%. I'm assuming wines like this are probably around like maybe 4 or 4.5% residual sugar. Residual sugar is like what I said, the sugar that's left over in the wine, which gives it the sweet characteristic. So it's also referred to as RS. So yeah, it's nice. Not too complex. Real rich, real full-bodied because of the residual sugar. Good wine, good after dinner wine. This is a San Luis Obispo producer. I know that their first vintage was in I believe 1983. And this is a $20 bottle of wine. Good price point, good wine, and I like these boutique wineries. I'm pretty sure that these people are pretty widely, you know, placed in the market. I know with their dry Riesling and dry Gewürztraminer that they really is their main focus. But this orange Muscat after dinner wine is very pleasant. Good choice. Moving on. Wow, Clos Duval. This is a great producer out of Napa, very well respected. This is their 2005 cab. Wine enthusiasts rated it 89 points. I know that they started in 1972, so if they don't have their cabs right by now, they're doing something wrong. Because I know their first varieties that they harvested were Zinfandel and Cabernet Sauvignon. This is not 100% cab. We got 3% Merlot, 85% Cab, 2% Petit Verdot, 10% Cab Franc. Just, you got a little bit of fillers in there, add a little more complexity, a little more structure. So, uh-oh. We got a broken cork in here, people.
Work your magic, baby.
Here we go. And don't just push the cork in there. Adapt and overcome.
Adapt and overcome, I like that. Booyah.
Alright, here we go. A little bit dry of cork, that's not, you know, it's not too bad. Natural cork, I mean, that's some things that you have to face when you have a natural cork. So, some people wonder, where the hell do you get these aromas from? You're sitting in there, you're tasting peach, you're tasting apple, you're tasting citrus, you're tasting meaty, you're tasting spicy, you're tasting smoke, you're tasting oak. Where the heck are you getting these from? When you sit down for dinner, or when you're in the food store, or you're out at dinner, just kind of like pick up something and just smell it. And you know, if you smell it, and while you're smelling, say you're at dinner and you got this big piece of filet mignon, huh, Schmitty?
Yeah.
Just sitting right in front of you, just pick that thing up, just smell it, and this is what you're gonna do. Wafting! And get that thing going, and you will never forget what the hell it smells like. You smell that thing right on the edge of your fork, just the juices and everything just falling off it, maybe a little barbecue sauce over to the side, a little bit of onion tanglers, who knows? But you will not forget what it smells like. Just it'll open up your descriptors when you're tasting wine, and that's something really fun to do. Let's get a taste of the 2005 cab, using a different glass because of the residual sugar that we had in the orange Muscat. Waft in, waft with me, people. Clos Duval. Oh, you know what? I apologize.
Oh.
Turning it, Smitty, I forgot about you, bud.
Wow. Lucky camera guy.
I know. The camera guy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. Slightly brown in the color. Maybe slightly oxidized just by looking at it. I don't know. I started to waft it earlier, and then I forgot about my dear old friend in the back.
Wafting.
All right. Very smoky.
Very smoky.
A lot of cedar coming through. What do you get?
A little meaty. A little meaty.
There we go back to the descriptors. Meaty. So you got something real rich, intense. Filet mignon, T-bone steak,
good prime rib,
some prime ribs.
Yeah.
So you kind of get a little fatty characteristic on the nose. Interesting. I feel like there's not a lot of fruit. It's not a lot of fruit forward. Get a lot of what are the wood chips that you kind of you get in your beautiful yard.
Oak chips.
Oak chips. However, I'm not saying. I know that this wine was aged for 17 months in French oak. So good, not too fruity. I feel kind of like an old world style cab, just because of how non-traditional I feel this is in the California wine style, traditional winemaking style. Ready to taste?
Let's do it.
Okay. Intense and integrated. It rolls right from your the tip of your tongue right through the back of your mouth. Great. I feel like this is a great mouthfeel. What's your
a little bit of chocolate. A little,
a chocolate, this wine actually would have gone perfect for Valentine's Day with your chocolates and your flowers. And this is a good wine. Price point is around $38. I think definitely reasonable for this Napa producer. I hate that I keep ending up with Napa wines. Napa Chardonnays and I don't seem to get along, and neither did the Sauvignon Blanc last week. That was the oopsie daisy. But hey, what are we doing? I will see you next week. Episode 5, over and out. Episode 6 coming your way, and we'll see you next week. Brow Hour, take care.